Hey, Grace for Living After Loss. It has been more than a minute. I have not been active on here in quite a while, and so I just wanted to hop in and give a little bit of an update and just talk about what future content will look like on this channel going forward. I've been taking an on-purpose break to be intentional about designing what I want the next season of my life to look like, and that is something that we talk about in our programs in Grief Relief Nation to move forward in purpose and on purpose, and to be really intentional with the life that you want to build and live. And so I've been doing just that. I have been taking some time to think about how I want to move forward and what I want life to look like. For any of those of you that have heard my story and watched the videos that talk about that, we are coming up on the 7-year mark for me, from when I lost my son Quentin to an overdose. And I have spent the lion's share of those 7 years doing my own healing work, but also helping others to heal and being kind of hyper focused on grief and the grief recovery space and writing the book and doing the class, all the things that I've been doing the last 7 years. And I feel this monumental shift happening in my heart and my mind and needing to be reflected going forward, which is just really tapping into enjoying life, experiencing all that life has to offer, and not being so focused on grief. So the content on this channel is going to be to that end. How do we live fully even after we've experienced loss? How do we enjoy the moments that we're in? How do we make the most of this life that we've been given? And how do we create and build a life by design? So you're going to notice, like I said, a shift in some of the content around that. But I think that people who've experienced tremendous loss, like, we deserve to live a life that we love. We have paid a high price to do the hard work of healing from grief and loss. And our loved ones that have gone before us would want us to live an intentional full life. And so I think we kind of owe it to them to figure out what that looks like for us. And so I'm going to be sharing content just about what are the daily practices for that, and what are the things that we can do to live a full, rich life. Now, we're going to keep all of the content about grief recovery up because I know that people find this channel at various stages in their grief recovery. And certainly, hey, Sienna, certainly all the videos and material that is posted on our different playlists can and will be really helpful for those of you who are maybe are in the earlier stages of your grief recovery journey. If you're just in the thick of it and you are needing help and practical tools for getting through grief and loss, like, absolutely check out all those videos. And I will be talking about grief and loss on some of the new content because it still shows up in my life, right? I say that I'm walking in healing and recovery. I've done the work of healing from the losses in my life, but there still are things that I butt up against that I have to contend with. Um, just the other week, I had a thing with my sister, and she's having her kids, and now grandkids come to her house, and we were just talking about kind of the elephant in the room that since losing my son, like, events like that are somewhat bittersweet. Like, I love seeing my family, but then it's easy to think about, oh, well, Quentin's not here, and I won't see Quentin get married or have kids, and that's a real thing, right? And how do we talk about it and address it? So I'm not saying that we won't ever talk about grief, but what we are going to talk about here is living, and how do we live a life that we love living. Also, if you've been paying attention for a while, you'll know that improv comedy is a hobby and passion and joy of mine that I started a couple of years ago. And actually, a few friends and I are creating a nonprofit to help teach folks improv skills and practices for grief recovery and for mental health. There's so many lessons that I've learned through improv. There's so much healing that has happened through play and silliness and just being present and just being willing to, like, act a fool or whatever. So on this channel as well, we're going to be talking about some fun improv things and how can we make life more enjoyable, and how can we get the mental, chatter out of our heads, that tough thoughts that keep us feeling heavy and down. How do we deal with those? So that's a little bit about what you can expect to see from me and on this channel going forward. Like I said, it's just been forever since I've been on here, so I wanted to pop on and say hello. One of my most favorite things in the world is coming on this channel and seeing all the people that are finding the content and finding the content helpful. That warms my heart more than you guys can ever know. And for me, that helps make my losses not in vain, right? Like, we didn't just experience hard things for nothing. And so anybody that's helped by seeing the content, it just truly, truly warms my heart. So, okay, I'm going to hop off, but look forward to seeing some new content coming shortly. And thanks so much for all of you who are dialed in. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. See ya.